VIPKid teachers! It is time for another Flexible Friday. So there's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been wanting to do a warrior series for a little while, and I was trying to think through how I wanted to do it. So this will be broken into 3 parts. There will be the peaceful warrior, which is the video we are doing today. There will be the strong warrior, which is next week, and then the powerful warrior, which will be the week after that. And they will kind of almost be divided up in beginner, moderate, and advanced. The advanced one is more like power yoga. The moderate is a vinyasa flow, more of a vinyasa-like flow. And then this beginner stage will be a more gentle, but still a workout yoga practice for beginners. So, on with the peaceful warrior. We will begin in child's pose. Take your knees out as wide as the mat. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. Sink your hiney onto your heels. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Let your chest soften towards the floor and let your forehead be placed onto the mat. Breathing into the belly. And exhaling, pulling the belly button into the spine. Be fully present on the mat. Don't worry about what else is going on. Don't be worried about your shopping list. Just be here now. Focus on your breathing. On your next inhale, we're going to come up to a tabletop. Have your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Kind of grip the mat with your fingertips, kind of like making suction cups with your palms so that you're not crushing all of your weight into your wrists. That's putting more pressure on your wrists. You're trying to grip the mat with your fingers and use your fingers as how you display out your weight. So you're going to take a deep breath in, drop the belly, look up, and then you're going to exhale, round out your spine, push the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round out the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round out the spine, push the mat away. Do 2 more on your own with your own breath. Everyone's breath is different. So it's important to do what feels good to you. Come back to a neutral spine once you have finished. Now you're going to walk your hands about a step distance forward, and you're going to curl your toes under and lift your hiney up to the sky for downward facing dog. Start slowly pedaling out your feet, bending the knees deeply, stretching out those hamstrings. Yeah, take that dog for a walk. Whew. Yeah, first down dog. And you're shining your tailbone up to the sky. Come back to stillness. Look to your hands, bend your knees, hop or step forward. And you're going to make sure your feet are about hips distance apart. You're going to inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach, look up. And exhale, and exhale, fold, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. And you're just going to let your torso be loose. You're going to let your arms hang loosely like empty coat sleeves. Let your neck be loose. Release all the tension. Let your jaw be loose. And relax a little bit. Grab your opposite elbows, creating a box around your head. And sway from side to side with the breath, inhaling one way and exhaling the other. Come back to center. Shake your head yes. And shake your head no. Release your hands. Bring them behind your back and interlace your fingers. Make sure your palms are touching. If you have to bend your elbows a little bit to accommodate for your palms to touch, do so. And you're going to inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, rinsing out, sending the hands forward, keeping your eyes open for balance, and letting the weight kind of come into the balls of your feet. Trust yourself. Ooh, feeling that good stretch. Just letting it all out. Release your hands back down to the small of your back. Let your hands drizzle down the backs of your legs. Bring your hands in front of your feet. And you're going to inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a high plank. Then you're going to lower down to your belly. You're going to untuck your toes, have your hands by your lower rib cage, and lift up into an up dog. Inhale, curl the toes under, and go back into your downward facing dog. And keep breathing here. This is your active resting pose. You're shining your tailbone up. Look to your hands. Make sure you do not have any creases in your wrists. You are pressing down into the L's of your fingers, making that upside down V shape. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, pull the knee to your nose, and then place your foot between your hands. It's okay if you have to scoot it a little bit. Stay high on that back foot, stay up on those toes, don't go too far forward, and don't push your heel backwards. Stay high on that toe, keeping that leg engaged. And you can use your thigh for support as you come up into crescent lunge. Swinging the arms up, inhale, pinkies spun in and thumbs spun out. This is also a balancing warrior. I know you feel it in those hips. You're going to inhale and then exhale, sink into those hips a little more, really getting a good stretch and strengthening here. And then you're going to spin open your arms, turning to your right, opening your chest, and trying to peek over your back hand. And you're going to windmill your hands down to the floor, step back into a high plank, lower down to your belly, hands by your rib cage, lift up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, go back into your downward facing dog. Getting that upside down V shape. Yeah. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, pull the knee to your nose, then place your left foot between your hands. We're going to go up into crescent lunge again. Stay high on that back foot. Inhale as you come up. Biceps by the ears, pinky spun in, thumbs spun out. You're going to inhale. Exhale, sink into those hips. You're going to inhale, And then exhale, open the arms, twisting to your left, sending your left hand back, right hand forward, opening that chest, really feeling that stretch and twist. And try peeking over your back hand. And windmill the hands down to the mat, step back, high plank. Lower down onto your belly. Hands by your rib cage, lift up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, send back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here, look to your hands, bend your knees, hop or step to your hands, and you're going to inhale to a flat back, exhale, fold, inhale, rise, reach, look up, exhale, bring your hands to prayer center and set your intention for yourself. This is a wonderful time to really think about what your intention is for yourself, what your goals are. You can set an intention for the day, for your week, for your month, whatever you would like your intention to be. Hollow out your palms and place your intention there and infuse it with the energy of intention. Flower, open your eyes. Swing the arms up to the sky, inhaling. Exhaling, fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a high plank. Lower down to your belly. Hands by the rib cage, lift up to an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, bend the knee, pull it through to your nose, place your foot between your hands. Now this time we are going into a warrior one, so swing your back heel down to where your foot is pointed at a 45-degree angle. Pressing into the blade edge of your back foot, and you're going to inhale as you come up. Now the whole part of this is squaring off your hips to the front of the mat. If you have to grab your hips to hip check yourself a little bit and square them off towards the front, that's perfectly fine. If you need to bring your back foot in a little bit, then step your back foot in till your hips are squared off. There's a bend in your front knee, and your front knee is angling towards your pinky toe. Keep both legs engaged. You're not putting all your weight in the front. Your front leg is not doing all the work. Strong legs. You're pulling your right hip back, pushing your left hip forward. Warrior one. Place the hands down at the mat, step back, high plank, lower down to your belly. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up to the sky, bring it through, place your left foot between your hands, spin that right heel down to the mat, pressing down into the blade edge of your foot. Inhale, swing up. Now remember, you're trying to square your hips off to the front of the mat, so if you need to take your hands and square your hips manually, do so. You're pushing the right hip forward, pulling the left hip back. Both legs are strong, biceps by the ears, pinky spun in, thumb spun out. Exhale, place your hands down onto the mat, step back to a high plank, lower down to your belly, untuck the toes, inhale, upward facing dog, tuck the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. You should be nice and warm, really feeling that downward dog being a little bit easier now. You should be able to drive your heels further down. They do not have to touch the mat, but you should be able to press them a little bit further than before. Look to your hands. Bend the knees, step or hop to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach, look up. Now we're going to do chair pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Make sure there's a space between your ankles and sink into your chair. Make sure you can see your toes over your knees. Make sure your booty is engaged. You're squeezing those thighs together, engaging the belly, lifting the chest, arms up by the ears. Make sure your weight is in your heels and that you can lift your toes up off the mat. And fold. Ooh, really feel that fold. That's a good inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a high plank, lower down to your belly. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, send your body back into downward facing dog, shining that tailbone up to the sky, getting that inverted V shape. Lift your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, pull it through, place your right foot between your hands. You're going to swing your heel down to the mat, but your foot will be parallel with the back of the mat. You're going to open your body up to the side of the mat. Your hips should be parallel with the long edge of your mat. Arms out to a T. Pinch your shoulder blades up and then sink them back into your spine. Strong arms playing tug of war. Just looking over your front hand. Warrior 2. Strong warriors. Reach forward, flip the palm, and reverse your warrior, looking up to the sky. Now you can place your back hand onto your thigh, or you can wrap it behind you to get more of a core workout here. You're trying to lift your chest up to the sky, looking up at your top hand. Make sure you keep the integrity of your warrior 2. Don't straighten that front leg. Come back to warrior 2. Reach forward, bend the elbow, place the forearm on the thigh, and send the back arm up and over to create a long line of energy. Extended side angle. Don't bump that hip out. Keep that bump down. Try to keep the integrity of your warrior 2. You're going to have a nice long line from your fingers to your toes. Keep both hands active. Feel the energy. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step back to your high plank. Exhale. Lower down to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, pull it through. Now we're going to go warrior 2 on the left. Make sure that back foot is parallel with the back, with the back of your mat. Your hips are parallel with the long edge of your mat. And that your front knee is bent, arms out to a T, pinching those shoulder blades together like you're pinching a pencil together, and looking over your front hand. Reach forward, flip the palm, and reverse your warrior. Remember, your back hand can be resting on your leg or wrapped behind you to engage the core more, lifting the chest up to the sky, looking up at your top hand. Come back to warrior two. Reach forward, bend the elbow, place the forearm on the thigh, looking up to the sky, sending the back arm up and over for extended side angle. Don't bump that hip out, bring that back down. Keep the integrity of the warrior two. Extended side angle. Don't dump into your shoulder. Make sure that you are engaged in lifting. Don't put all your weight into that shoulder. And swing the hands back down to the mat. Step back into your high plank. Lower down to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Paddle out those feet. Get a little bit of a stretch. Walking it out. Ooh yeah. Walk that dog. Come back to stillness. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Pull it through. We're going to go into our warrior two again. Yes. Back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Straighten that front leg. Reach forward and hinge at the hips to create triangle. You're trying to fit your body between two panes of glass. Now, if you can't see, if your shoulder is blocking your view, then you are too far down. So just inch your hand up the leg a little bit until you can see clearly. If it hurts your neck to look up, you can look down. Triangle pose. Now you're going to turn your torso towards the front of the mat. You're going to step that back leg in about halfway. All your toes should be pointed forward towards the top of your mat. You're going to reach forward towards the wall, and then you're going to hinge at the hips. Keep the integrity of your spine. You're trying to engage that lumbar spine. If you need some blocks to prop up a little bit to keep your spine flat, do so. You should really be feeling it in your hamstrings here. Step the back foot in to meet the front foot and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a high plank, lower down to your belly. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Lift that left leg up, pull it through. We're going to go into warrior two on the left side again. Swing the arms up into a T. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Hinge at the hips. Exhale, fold down with the hinge. And triangle pose. Remember, you're trying to fit your body between two panes of glass. If it hurts your neck to look up, you can look down. Make sure your shoulder is not blocking your view. If it is, just inch your hand up your leg a little bit. Give yourself some space. Turn your torso towards the front of the mat. Step that back foot in about halfway. All toes pointed forward. Reach towards the wall. Hinge at the hips. If you used blocks last time, use them again to create space. Keep the integrity of your spine. Really feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. This is called pyramid pose. Step the back foot in to meet the front foot. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into a high plank, lower down to your belly. And scooch back onto your mat if you need to place your face down onto the mat. It does not matter which cheek. Place your hands down at your sides with your palms facing down. You made it to the floor. Yay! And breathe. You should be feeling your breath expanding into your back. Bring your chin to center. Now you're going to inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float the feet and then float the hands. Locust pose. If you want a glute workout, zipper those legs together. Look down at your mat to keep your neck in alignment. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Place the opposite cheek onto the mat. Bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet. This allows for a little bit of movement in your lower back, just to relax those muscles a little bit. Place your legs back down onto the floor. Now you're going to interlace your fingers behind you, palms touching. Bring your chin to center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, float the feet. And float your hands off the booty. Try not to let them rest on your butt. Lift them a little bit off. Inhaling, lift. Look down at the mat. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, release. Place the opposite cheek onto the mat. Bend your knees and windshield wiper the legs. Release your legs back down onto the mat. And then flip over onto your back. We're going to go into bridges and wheels. Mostly bridges. We're doing bridges this time. I'm not going to be doing wheels. I think I will show you that in the next Warrior Series video. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet onto the mat. Make sure your heels are close enough to your booty that just so your longest finger can graze your heels. Make sure your knees stay in alignment with your hips when you go up. So you're going to take a deep breath in. And then exhale, lift the hips. Wiggle your shoulder blades underneath you together, interlace your fingers, and use your legs. Push your hips up. You are trying to send your chest towards your nose. Lift, 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 lift. Push, push, push. Release your hands and lower your hips back down to the mat. Make sure the small of your back meets the mat. You're going to bend your knees, bring them into your chest, hug your shins, and rock from side to side, giving yourself a little bit of a back massage. Now you're going to separate your knees, reach your hands up between your knees, grab the insteps of your feet, pull your knees down into your armpits for a happy baby. Now you can hold this position or you can rock from side to side, whichever feels good to you. We don't want to be feeling any pain. Just do what feels good here, whatever movement feels good. Release your feet back down onto the mat. Send the legs out long. Reach your hands overhead and stretch, full body stretch. Ooh, yeah. Ah. Now you're going to bend your left knee, or is it, yeah, it's my right. Bend your right knee. Give it a little bit of a hug. Bring it across your body for a twist. Now keep your shoulder blades on the floor. We do want to keep the shoulder blades down. Your knee and your foot does not have to go to the floor. Reach the right hand out and look at your right hand. Come back to center. Send the leg long. Bend the left knee. Bring the left knee into your chest. Give it a little bit of a hug. Then draw it across your body for the twist. Remember, keep your shoulder blades down onto the floor. Reach your left arm out to the left and look at your hand. Come back to center, give the knee a little bit of a hug, send it out long. Take your feet out as wide as the mat, letting your feet splay out. Tucking your shoulder blades underneath you, kind of opening the chest a little bit. Placing your hands down at your sides with your palms facing up. This is your reward for all of your hard work. It is time for Shavasana. Close your eyes and let your body melt into the earth and just relax. Begin bringing awareness back into your body. Begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, letting your head fall from side to side, rolling out your wrists and ankles. Bend your knees and place the soles of your feet onto the mat. Bring your right arm up overhead, rolling onto your right side in the fetal position, using your right bicep as a pillow. We lay in the fetal position as a representation of new birth. Use your top arm to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Come to comfortable seated position with your eyes still closed. Bring your hands to prayer center. Take a big inhale. Exhale, side out. Let's do one more. Deep inhale. Exhale, side out. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Flower open your palms to let in the love, the light, and the peace. The light within me honors the light within each of you. We bow together and say, Namaste. Thank you for watching my video today, guys. Next will be the strong warrior in this series. There are 3 parts. So I hope to see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye.